Suppose you want to teach Module 1. Start by clicking on Mathematics and then Focus. Here you can read the mathematical background for the module. You will also notice how the lessons address two big ideas from the Common Core. This icon shows that there is a MathEd professional learning video available for this module. You can view this by selecting the title from the Resources tab at the top right. Just be sure to select the file size to match your internet speed. Look again under the Mathematics tab and choose Learning Targets. Here you will see what you'll be assessing. Under the Mathematics tab, you'll also see an option called Mathematical Practices. Here you will find 9 MathEd videos specific to the mathematical practices of the Common Core and the related habits of mind. These repeatedly appear in each module of Stepping Stones, so don't feel that you need to watch them all in one sitting. The chart below indicates where the mathematical practices from the Common Core are embedded in this module. If you want to see an overview for all modules, you can select this from the Resources tab at the top right. The Language option under this tab simply shows you the mathematical vocabulary that students will encounter and use in this module of work. Stepping Stones provides a letter to home that aims to inform parents or guardians about the content their child will be learning during the coming weeks of this module. These are easy to read and offer helpful hints for assisting student learning at home. Choose English or Spanish. When you click on this link, the PDF file will download to your computer. You can then decide to attach it in an email or print it out. Finally, read this option to see how this module reflects best practices. Now go back and click on the Module 1 tab. You can revisit the Resource Overview option under the Module tab to see a list of all the resources you need to teach the module. Alternatively, visit each lesson or activity pages to see specifically what is needed on that day. Skip down to the Assessment option and click on the Overview. It is here that you will see how you'll be able to assess the learning targets. At this time, you'll have to decide if you need to administer the pre-tests. More information about these items and assessment in general is provided in another session. By now you should know there's 6 whole class lessons in each module in kindergarten, and each lesson will take between 45 and say 60 minutes, depending on a whole number of variables. So let's assume there are 6 days of work, but there's also 2 small group activities in each lesson. Familiarise yourself with the lessons and the accompanying small group activities. You then need to decide where they fit in the teaching sequence of the module. Remember, there's no hard fast rule of where you fit those small group activities. It's just important that you model the language first, and that's why you have you teach the whole class lesson and then follow up with the small group activities. For planning purposes, let's suppose you teach 1 lesson per day, and during that day you endeavour to give students the extra practice they need, either in class or as homework, and you also differentiate your instruction on those days. You may decide to teach 2 whole class lessons in this way on 2 days of a week, and then allocate 2 or even 3 other days in that week for small group activities around tables. Alternatively, you can teach a whole class lesson and then follow this with the related small group activities the next day. Much of this decision making is going to be influenced by a whole number of variables, such as the student contact hours at school, or maybe your hours you have allocated by your teacher aide. But I'm confident Stepping Stones is sufficiently flexible to meet your needs. Don't forget to look at the cross-curricular activities under the Module tab. As the name suggests, the cross-curricular activities engage the students in applying related math in other key curriculum areas. These could also be used in small group activities. Time allocated to each module may vary, but if you can dedicate 15 days or 3 weeks to each module, and that's with the assessment tasks, then you can rest assured that you're honestly implementing the Common Core. And just one more thing. If you want to quickly go back to where you recently were, you can click on the History button and select this page. Now remember, all the content you need is at your fingertips. So take the time to browse not just Stepping Stones, but all the online resources in the menu at the top of the screen. If you're feeling uncomfortable about the technology, don't worry about it. It's simply a website, you can't break anything.